Howdy there folks, it's Hunter, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the brand new bow that's dropping currently from the Solstice event, the Fortunate Star. Now you can get this bow just by participating in the Bonfire Bash. They will drop like candy, so just grind out the event until you get it. It's very, very rewarding. This so far is the best roll that I've gotten on Fortunate Star. I was lucky enough to get the polymer string draw time combo as well as compact arrow shaft, and you of course want to remember to always put a free hand grip on this thing. And I got Archer's Gambit, which is the most important perk for this. If you get nothing else, you just want Archer's Gambit and the lowest draw time you can possibly get, which it says is 540, but it's actually 500. It's just a bug. And Archer's Gambit will of course allow you to shoot extremely fast like this. And for those of you that don't know from my previous videos, whenever you're using this bow and using Archer's Gambit specifically, you want to aim and release your aim just a split second before you release your draw. That will allow you to proc it while still ADSing. Now here in D2 Foundry, I just wanted to go over what I think would be the perfect 5 out of 5 God roll. You want polymer string. Natural string is also an option because it gets it just as low, flexible string. But polymer string is still better because it also gives it that little bit of accuracy boost. And of course you want to draw it to masterwork. Those two together will get you to the max. Straight fletching is a good one, although I prefer compact arrow shaft. Fiberglass is also an option just because it gives you higher accuracy. So with straight or fiberglass, that's nice for the accuracy bump. Compact is my personal favorite just because I like the increased handling. And double archers is really cool, but it doesn't really work that well together because they don't stack super well. By the way, you do want the Viced Origin trait. The other one is not super useful in my opinion. But Archer's Gambit and Hipfire Grip is my go-to. Just because it's going to make it a little bit more consistent to actually proc Archer's Gambit when you're doing the aim canceling, because there's almost no benefit from the double archers perk, just because there is that floor. That being said, if you do get the double archers perk, I do highly recommend hanging on to it, because you never know, that might get changed in the future. And the rest of these perks that you see me skimming through, there's not really any in particular that I think are super great. I would just go for the Hipfire Archers or just the double archers. Okay, so for this next little bit, we're going to cut to me now. Usually I would show you guys some gameplay, especially in the Crucible, which is where I usually chill. But I've been just farming the crap out of this bow. I have not really had a lot of time to go in and try to record some good stuff for you guys to show you the bow in action. I'll definitely do a little bit more of that. Maybe I'll do a montage just for this bow, just because it is technically the fastest bow that we've ever gotten. But either way, I still wanted to talk about it just a little bit more than just showing you the little tidbits I did a moment ago, showing you the God roll and things like that, just to give you my short-term opinion on it, because I have taken into the Crucible a little bit, and it is a very, very fast bow. But I want you to temper your expectations with it, as I've been saying with a lot of these faster bows, such as Hush. It is probably, maybe, the fastest bow we've ever gotten. It is within a few milliseconds of Hush at its best. Both of them are extremely fast. This one, however, look at it this way. Between the two of them, the draw speed is almost negligible, because once Archer's Gambit gets going, they're just both extremely fast, and they're both going to be, you know, between 0.7 and 0.8 TTK supposedly, although it's really, really hard to measure TTKs on bows. Now, I could sit there and break it down and try to measure the frames and stuff like that, but it's just not very scientific. There's too many variables, and it just doesn't work out very well. And I just don't think it's accurate, and I don't think it's worth chasing. Because these are bows. You guys do not need to be trying to worry about out TTKing this and out TTKing that. Just enjoy the speed of it, peek shoot properly, play your cover, play your angles, and play smartly. You're just going to have to do that as a bow player. Now, this is still really, really fast. You do have the ability to duel things like hand cannons and some slower stuff, and it is pretty fun to do so when it does happen. Just be aware that high impact pulses are definitely going to be your enemy. Their TTK is way too fast. You're going to have to get the drop on them and get the first shot in order to take them out before they burn you down immediately. They do have to hit mostly headshots, so you have at least a little bit of an advantage since you're not firing a burst. You're just firing 2 arrows, but you do also still have to hit 100% headshots. So that is something to keep in mind. That being said, those of you that learn to master this, that learn to aim cancel and to properly use Archer's Gambit, and those of you that are good at fighting in the air and things like that, coming in at off angles, I really think this bow is going to shine for you, especially with that lightweight bonus. You're going to be really mobile, and some of you, Steezel, will probably be able to pull off some sick plays with it, and it's definitely a lot of fun to use. I've had a blast using it. But you know, I'm a big fan of lightweight bows. Those of you that prefer precision bows, I would say go ahead and stick with Hush, just because the hit registration is going to be a little bit better and you're more used to precisions probably. And you know, everybody likes one or the other. You either like lightweights or you like precisions. I tend to like both, but I lean more towards lightweights just because I like the smooth draw. And of course, the lightweight bonus is something to be considered. I'll probably end up doing a montage for this bow at some point by itself, just to be running around using it if I can pull some nice clips with it, which I'm sure I can. I'm sure you guys would like to see that in action, but I just kind of wanted to talk about the bow in this video and focus on how I think it should be used and the god rolls and stuff like that. And we've covered all that. I just wanted to kind of give my sort of point of view on it. Yes, it's super fast. Yes, it's super fun, but don't think you're going to quite outduel everything. You still got to be smart with it because you're still a bow player after all. But either way, guys, absolutely recommend you go and farm for this thing. Make sure you try to grab as many rolls as you can, especially if you manage to get the max draw speed with Hipfire Grip and Archer's Gambit, and then the double Archers, Archer's Tempo and Archer's Gambit. Those are worth hanging on to, and right now I think the Hipfire Grip Archer's Gambit roll is the best. So by all means, go out and farm it, guys. Hope you have a lot of fun with it. Look forward to seeing some more content because it's going to be fun. Thanks for watching, y'all, and have a wonderful evening.